This is the work of the infamous toxic tush doctor. O'Neill Morse was a fake doctor that offered cheap cosmetic procedures to her patients, many of which were affordable butt injections that ended up killing them. That's because the injections consisted of cement, tire sealant, silicone, rubber, superglue, and mineral oil. She started her fake practice in 2007 and was first arrested in 2011 for practicing healthcare without a license. She served a year in prison but started offering injections again as soon as she got out. One patient that underwent 10 treatments said she was sealed with cotton balls and superglue. More than 30 people eventually came forward claiming they were scammed by this fake doctor, all of which got incredibly ill, and one of those patients later died from the injections. In 2017, Morse was charged and sentenced to 10 years.
It's not that you go to a doctor, a professional person. No, it's some random person.
So what Nicki Minaj is saying is actually really correct. Patients are victimized. They go into an underground location, get an illegal substance injected into their buttocks. They're done by a non-licensed professional. It is wrong, it is unethical, it is criminal, and it could be deadly.
She enjoyed injecting her patients with cement.
18 months she suffered with not knowing the full of what he put in her body.
She promised permanent cosmetic modifications, but she was selling tickets to their doom. She scammed hundreds of patients with her special treatments.
I have never, ever, or would dare ever to inject or have injected any human with any type of unknown substance.
However, her evil and insanity would end lives. O'Neill Ron Morris is a transgender woman who used to perform cosmetic surgeries in Florida, especially posterior augmentations. But one day, her disgusting secrets were exposed. She had a great reputation and even sported her own augmentations until her patients started falling ill with immediate symptoms of infection. Some thought these were just side effects, and one day, tragedy struck.
You gave us your word that the products you was using was A1 products.
The symptoms began with intense pain in the area where the surgery had been performed. And then, the skin grew deformed. Therefore, her patients were analyzed, and construction materials were found inside of them, from cement mixes to glue, even tire sealant. All extremely toxic substances for the human body.
Unfortunately, after 3 days in the hospital, Tanisha passed away.
Good evening once again. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, the family of an Indiana woman who died after a plastic surgery procedure is the latest family looking for answers about how this could all happen.
NBC6 reporter Julie Leonardi is live at Miami-Dade Police Headquarters, where officers are investigating what happened in a story that we've been reporting only on NBC6. Hi, Julie.
Hi. Well, this family is just absolutely devastated. They say that Walker leaves behind a huge family. That's why many of those family members flew from Chicago to Miami today to meet with police, and they're hoping they find some answers. Tanisha Walker's family now dealing with a huge loss. Her niece just arrived in Miami, meeting her cousin, Walker's oldest daughter, to sort things out.
This is my first time seeing her since she passed, and when I got to her, she was like weak in the knees. So it's really hard for her right now, and I could just imagine because she has her youngest is 19.
Tatianisha Middleton, Walker's niece, says her aunt was just 45 years old and a mother of 4 with 11 grandchildren.
She was just a patient person. Like, she was always open and willing to do anything for anybody. So this really hit us hard because she was a really big person in our family.
She says Walker cared for the entire family and was always there when they needed her. They supported her flying to Miami for plastic surgery. Walker had a Brazilian butt lift, or BBL, and liposuction done by a doctor at New Life Plastic Surgery. A BBL is a popular plastic surgery procedure in which fat is taken from undesired parts of the body and injected into the butt or back. The clinic, New Life Plastic Surgery, tells NBC6 that Walker's procedure went as expected and was a success. The clinic says she went in at 9:35 a.m. and was transferred to the recovery room at 11:05 a.m. She was discharged and picked up by the driver of a recovery center called Chasing Dreams just before 2. The owner of Chasing Dreams was the one who picked up Walker from the clinic. She says Walker felt sick, so she drove her straight to the hospital.
By the time she got back to the front seat, my aunt was on her knees because of the procedure, and she said that her head dropped.
Middleton says her aunt died at the hospital, but says New Life told her she died while in the care of the recovery center. In an exclusive interview, the family of the first patient told NBC6 she died in February after a blood clot ended up in her lungs, almost 2 weeks after her surgery. She had undergone a liposuction and tummy tuck with a different doctor.
Now, New Life today, again, telling us the timeline of that surgery and that pickup. Meantime, that family, they tell us they're at the hospital and they're hoping to be able to identify the body today. She says the doctor that performed that surgery has offered to pay for the family's funeral expenses. Live in Durrell, Julie Leonardi, NBC6 News.
New Life Plastic Surgery said that Tanisha's surgery was a success. They said they released her to the recovery home, and she passed away in the care of the recovery home, not the plastic surgery center.
I had butt injections done, and I almost died because of it. I spent a month in the hospital, 2 months in a nursing home. I had to learn to walk again. I was on my deathbed.
But what did you have injected? The silicone?
Well, I was told it was silicone, and then I was told it was biogel. In the end, we really don't know. We're told this, but we truly don't know what it is that we have. I had 9 removal surgeries so far. The 9th one, they said that sparks were flying off my body and the entire surgery room smelled like gasoline. They had to leave and leave me in there alone under anesthesia because the smell was so strong in the room. They had no idea what that was. I was one of the first people to have this situation go wrong, because back when Kim and I were getting it done, we didn't know the long-term effects of this. So now here it is. I started getting it done in 2006. Now we're 10 years later in 2016, and it gave me kidney disease. It gave me, because of the pain was so severe, I became an addict of pain medication. I had to rehabilitate myself from that. I had to walk again. It destroyed my life. I have end-stage kidney disease and, stage 4 kidney disease and end-stage renal failure.
So I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Don't be sorry.
Yeah. Why do you say don't be sorry?
Because if it wasn't me, it had to happen to someone.
I gotta get comfortable, because you, listen, go ahead.
If it didn't happen to me, it had to happen to someone. And because of my story, so many women have decided to not get this done. I mean, the stories that women have written me and how God has reached out to them. There was a girl that had an appointment the next day, and there was a show that I did that aired. She happened to be flicking through the channels, and she saw it and watched it and didn't go get her butt done.
Just injecting whatever into the buttocks. A lot of times they're telling people it's filler or like hyaluronic acid, but it's really not. I mean, it could be anything from cement, methacrylate, which is like surgical cement, silicone, but it's not like the high level silicone that we use on implants. It's just like liquid silicone. I mean, it could be anything. I took like, I don't even know half the time, sometimes some of the stuff. I took like some kind of like white liquid out of somebody the other day. It just is, it's a catch-all term for anything that's foreign that is injected into the body.
And it was 15 years ago when all of this was happening.
Well, yeah, I mean, it still happens now. Oh, yeah, it still happens now. Yeah, I mean, there was just a big thing about like a major influencer in LA who was having it injected, and, you know, she passed away. So, I mean, aside from the long-term complications, like as you're getting, yeah, you can die from it. It's not like oh, it's no big deal. It's a huge deal.
Why are hyaluronic acid butt fillers a really good alternative to fat grafting Brazilian butt lifts? 1, there's 0 downtime from it. 2, you don't have to have enough fat on your body in order to undergo the procedure. 3, you get the result that you want almost within the next 2 weeks after the procedure. And 4, it's temporary, which means even though it lasts 2 to 4 years, you're not stuck with the result for the rest of your life and may need to have surgery to reverse it. We are seeing somewhat of a trend towards correcting of Brazilian butt lifts that have been overdone 3 or 4 years ago. People are looking for more subtlety and just that little bit of fullness, a little bit more hip dip, and you can achieve that with fillers without the need for major operation. If you want to hear more about hyaluronic acid butt fillers, come see us here at The First Glance.
This is what 300 cc of hyaluronic acid BBL filler looks like in a slime demonstration. so you can properly understand how much product is being administered.